Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen wa sallallahu wa sallam ala nabiyyina Muhammad. I apologize for being a few minutes late. As you all know, everything is back to back, and I'm trying to do a lot of things in a short span of time. So I seek your forgiveness for the tardiness. I'm sorry. That's all I'm gonna say is I'm sorry. We will continue, inshallah, so that we won't waste any more time than already wasted. We are in ayah number 23 to 25. Did you recite those, Mussab? You didn't. So can you please recite ayah 23, 25? Barakallah feek.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. قال فرعون وما رب العالمين قال رب السماوات والأرض وما بينهما إن كنتم موقنين قال لمن حوله ألا تستمعون قال ربكم ورب آبائكم الأولين قال إن رسولكم الذي أرسل إليكم لمجنون قال رب المشرق والمغرب وما بينهما إن كنتم تعقلون قال لئن اتخذت إلها غيري لأجعلنك من المسجونين.
So قال فرعون وما رب العالمين, and said Pharaoh, and what is the Lord of the worlds? قال رب السماوات والأرض وما بينهما إن كنتم موقنين. Moses said, the Lord of the heavens and the earth and that between them, if you should be convinced. Pharaoh said to those around him, do you not hear? Moses said, your Lord and the Lord of your first forefathers. Pharaoh said, indeed, your messenger who has been sent to you is mad. Moses said, Lord of the east and the west and that between them, if you were to reason. Pharaoh said, if you take a god other than me. Pharaoh. Ya Fir'aun. If you take a god other than me, I will surely place you among those imprisoned. The Shaykh rahimahullah says in commenting on these ayat, وَهَذَا إِنْكَارٌ مِنْهُ لِرَبِّهِ ظُلْمًا وَعُلُوًّا. And this is a denial from Fir'aun to his Lord out of oppression and seeking transcendence on earth. مع تيقن صحة ما دعاه إليه موسى. All whilst having certainty about the truthfulness that Moses brought. So in spite of him knowing for sure that Moses brought the truth, in spite of that, he denied and rejected. قال رب السماوات والأرض وما بينهما أي الذي خلق العالم العلوي والسفلي, the one who created the upper and the lower aspects of the world. Oh, my head is fizzy. Yeah. One moment, guys. Sorry. Okay, virtual background. Fade. That's good. Okay, thank you, sir. What a wonderful IT support you are. Good job, Mussab. The Sheikh Mussab is helping us out on these tough days. Where was E? I, U. Huh? What was I saying? أيوة. وَدَبَّرَهُ بأنواع التدبير. And Allah Azza wa Jal arranged the affairs of His creation in all types of ways. وَرَبَّاهُ بأنواع التربية. And Allah gave us this caretaking in various forms. ومن جملة ذلك أنتم أيها المخاطبون. And included in that is you people who are being addressed. فكيف تنكرون خالق المخلوقات وفاطر الأرض والسماوات. How is it then that you deny the creator of the creation and the originator of the heavens and the earth? How do you manage to deny the creator of the creation and the originator of the heavens and the earth? إن كنتم موقنين. فقال فرعون متجرهما ومعجبا لقوله ألا تستمعون ما يقول هذا الرجل. So Fir'aun said, out of arrogance and out of self-admiration, egoistically, about what he thinks, he said to the people around him, ألا تستمعون ما يقول هذا الرجل. Do you not hear what this man is saying? Do you not hear what this man is saying? فقال, basically, when he's basically clowning him. He's basically clowning him and making fun of him. Like, you do this today, right? Some of you and some of us maybe around, when you're around somebody, say, yo, man, look at this, listen to this guy, man. Listen to this guy. Listen what this guy's saying. Check this guy out. And you're saying it sarcastically. You're not actually trying to have people hear this person. You actually think what this person has to say is nothing. But you say it in this manner. So Fir'aun, this is an old school way of mocking people, all the way back from Fir'aun's time. ألا تستمعون ما يقول هذا الرجل. Listen to what this man is saying. فقال Musa continued to educate him. ربكم ورب آبائكم الأولين, the Lord, your Lord and the Lord of your forefathers. تعجبتم أم لا, استكبرتم أم أذعنتم, whether you are amazed or not, whether you are arrogant or you submit. فقال فرعون معاندا الحق قادحا بمن جاء به. So even if you deny, he is still your Lord and the Lord of your forefathers, your original forefathers. So Fir'aun said, إن رسولكم الذي أرسل إليكم إن رسولكم الذي أرسل إليكم لمجنون. Indeed, your messenger who has been sent to you is mad. Mad here meaning crazy. Not mad when you're upset, right? In this context, mad means you've lost your mind. حيث قال خلاف ما نحن عليه. Why is he mad? Because he has said something that opposes what we are upon. وخالفنا فيما ذهبنا إليه. And he opposed us in regards to the path we have chosen. فالعقل عنده وأهل العقل من زعموا أنهم لم يخلقوا. So according to his intellect and the intellect of those around him, they allege that they were not created. أو أن السماوات والأرض ما زالتا موجودتين من غير موجد, or that the heavens and the earth have forever existed without a founder, without an originator. وأنهم بأنفسهم خلقوا من غير خالق, and that they themselves were created without a creator. والعقل عنده أن يعبد المخلوق الناقص من جميع الوجوه. According to the intellect, again, this is Fir'aun intelligence, or this is Fir'aun's IQ. According to his IQ, the creation, according to him, that the creation should be worshipped. The deficient creation that is deficient in every respect is the one worthy of worship. والجنون عنده, and being mad and crazy according to him, أن يثبت الرب الخالق للعالم العلوي والسفلي, that you affirm the Lord, the creator of the upper and the lower world. والمنعم بالنعم الظاهرة, and the one who's bestowed the clear and evident favors upon the people, الظاهرة والباطنة, those that are seen and those that are hidden. ويدعى إلى عبادته, and that he is calling to his worship. وزين لقوم هذا القول. Now Fir'aun was able to beautify that false statement to his people. وكانوا سفهاء الأحلام خفيفي العقول, and they used to be feeble-minded and unintelligent. They were people with no intelligence. That's why they believed him. This is how the tricks are being played. Even today, ya akhwan, in the da'wah scene, a person, يعني, from an Islamic point of view, does something that is grave. Mufti Menk having some iftar with rabbis and people of other faith in some sort of odd occasion, all whilst the Palestinians are being attacked right now. People speak and criticize. Then these people, every time there's an issue like this, you come on and you say it's ill-minded people, ill-intended people with hidden agendas, people that are politicized, people that then you just basically throw around accusations about everyone around you. And you claim that you have no idea what's going on. Same thing that happened with that interview. You claim that you have no idea what's going on and that it's all false. And khalas. And then feeble-minded people say, oh, okay, okay, thank you, jazakallah khair ya sheikh, Allah bless you ya sheikh, make dua for me ya sheikh, my parents are sick ya sheikh, my mother is sick ya sheikh, sheikh, post a video in the haram, in Masjid al-Nabawi, just a, a, a useless video, an absolutely useless video. That, okay, you're in the haram, where's hiding? We don't even want to go there. Read the comments. Wallahi, people think that righteousness is in having a big bushy beard and wearing a shemagh and being around in these various areas. That's righteousness. So now they expect that if they ask this person to make dua, their dua will be accepted. It doesn't work this way. Don't think that I'm better than you because I'm giving a talk. Don't ask me to make dua for you. I need people to make, I need my own dua. I need people to make dua for me. Just because someone is in out there and on social media does not make him righteous. It does not make him righteous. So we shouldn't be fooled. We shouldn't be fooled. And these events that take place are heartbreaking. Wallah, it's heartbreaking to see this. And then when we fall into this mistake, instead of coming and saying, yo, maybe that wasn't the wisest thing. That wasn't the wisest thing to do. I didn't know any better, or I miscalculated. We come and say that, oh no, anyone who speaks against me has ill intentions and have an agenda. Yeah, Sheikh, haram wallah. Wallah, haram to slander all these people who may be genuinely upset with seeing you sitting next to people that you should know better about, especially as a representative of millions of Muslims, millions of followers. It is heartbreaking. But this is the world we're living in. Wallahi, this is the world we're living in. It's really sad. And that's what Fir'aun did. So those people, anytime they commit a blunder, they come and gather the people, say, hey, yo, wallah, all these people that are saying that, they're weird. They have problems. They have problems. And just accuse everybody of having an issue. And then the feeble-minded people, the people with no intelligence, they will believe. Fir'aun, imagine Fir'aun told them that he is God. He told them, Ana Rabbukum al-A'la. He said to Musa, if you were to take, لَإِنِ اتَّخَذْتَ إِلَهًا غَيْرِي, if you take a God other than me. Imagine what he sold his people. That Musa, who was calling them to worship of Allah Azza wa Jal, the Lord of the worlds, the creator of the heavens and the earth, the Lord of their fathers and their forefathers, is calling him to falsehood, and the one who's inviting him to worship another man is upon the truth. And he sold this, he decorated and beautified this falsehood to his people, and they believed him. As Allah says, فَاسْتَخَفَّ قَوْمَهُ فَأَطَعُوهُ. He belittled their intelligence and they obeyed him. إِنَّهُمْ كَانُوا قَوْمًا فَاسِقِينَ. They were corrupt people. They were people that were corrupt in the first place. That's why they're so gullible. You're so gullible. Some of us are so gullible when we are not upon the deen. This is why there's a natural attachment to those type of individuals that always make you feel better about yourself in spite of your calamities. They don't want someone to give you a wake-up call and let you rectify yourself. Only address the good and make you feel good about your shortcomings. And then that's why people are comfortable. They're already corrupt, and now they're finding someone who's endorsing their corruption one way or another. So they feel attached and comfortable with that person. When another person comes in and does al-amr bil ma'ruf wa nahy al-munkar, he's going to become stern and mean and rigid and radical and extremist and so on and so forth. So then now it creates a problem for all the other du'at who will come on and try to enjoin the good, forbid the evil. Now we are all painted with the same brush as being rough and tough, and as being unwise, as being this and that, while the person that is always patting on your back and telling you good stuff about yourself is going to win the battle, surely, no doubt. But Allah musta'an. To Allah Azza wa Jal we complain. To Allah we complain about our affairs. فقال موسى عليه السلام مجيبا لإنكار فرعون وتعطيله لرب العالمين. So Fir'aun said in response to Pharaoh's denial of Allah and rejection of Allah being the Lord of the worlds, رب المشرق والمغرب وما بينهما, Lord of the East and the West and what is between them, من سائر المخلوقات, meaning all the creation between the East and the West. إن كنتم تعقلون فقد أديت لكم من البيان والتبيين ما يفهمه كل من له أدنى مسكة من عقل. I have fulfilled the clarification and the explanation for you. Enough so that a person with the slightest amount of intellect will understand. No matter how small your brain is, you will still understand. فما بالكم تتجاهلون فيما أخاطبكم به. What is the matter with you ignoring what I'm addressing you regarding? وفيه إيماء وتنبيه إلى أن الذي رميتم به موسى من الجنون أنه داءكم. And there's an insinuation and a notice here that what you have accused Moses of, which is being mad, applies to you, actually applies to you. فرميتم أزكى الخلق عقلا وأكملهم علما بالجنون. You have accused the purest of the creation and the most intelligent and most knowledgeable among them with madness. والحال أنكم أنتم المجانين. While the reality is that you are the mad, crazy people. حيث ذهبت عقولكم عن إنكار أظهر الموجودات. Your brains have let you go to the extent of denying the most evident of existence. خالق الأرض والسماوات وما بينهما, the creator of the heavens and the earth and what is between them. The most evident existence is the existence of Allah Azza wa Jal. You've denied it. فإذا جحدتموه فأي شيء تثبتوه. If you deny Allah's existence, then what will you affirm? وإذا جهلتموه فأي شيء تعلموه. And if you are ignorant about it, then what thing do you have knowledge of? وَإِذَا لَمْ تُؤْمِنُوا بِهِ وَبِآيَاتِهِ. And if you don't believe in Allah and His ayat and His signs, فَبِأَيِّ شَيْءٍ بَعْدَ اللَّهِ وَآيَاتِهِ تُؤْمِنُونَ. So what is it that you will believe in after Allah and His signs? تَاللَّهِ وَاللَّهِ, by Allah, إِنَّ الْمَجَانِينَ الَّذِينَ بِمَنْزِلَةِ الْبَهَائِمْ أَعْقَلُ مِنْكُمْ. By Allah, the crazy people who are equated with animals are more intellectual than you are. وَإِنَّ الْأَنْعَامَ السَّارِحَةَ أَهْدَى مِنْكُمْ. And even the cattle that are just wandering around in the farms and in the bushes are more guided than you are. فَلَمَّا خَنَقَتْ فِرْعَوْنَ الْحُجَّةُ. Now, when the evidence that Moses gave, it choked Fir'aun. وَعَجَزَتْ قُدْرَتُهُ وَبَيَانَهُ عَنِ الْمُعَارَضَةِ. And his ability and his eloquence failed in objecting any further. قال متواعدا لموسى بسلطان. And now he had to use his authority. He had to use his power. He said, threatening Musa, لأن اتخذت إلها غيري. If you were to take a god other than me, لأجعلنك من المسجونين. I will surely place you among the imprisoned. زعم قبحه الله أنه قد طمع في إضلال موسى. He claims, may Allah Azza wa Jal uglify him, is that he had an interest in misguiding Musa. وَأَلَّا يَتَّخِذَ إِلَهًا غَيْرَهُ. And then Musa shouldn't take a god besides him. وَإِلَّا فَقَدْ تَقَرَّرَ أَنَّهُ هُوَ وَمَن مَعَهُ عَلَى بَصِيرَةٍ مِنْ أَمْرِهِ. Otherwise it has been established that he and whoever is with him are upon an insight regarding their affair. فقال له Musa said, أَوَلَوْ جِئْتَكَ بِشَيْءٍ مُبِينٍ. Oh, we didn't read this one. So Mussab, you read ayah number 30, please. Onwards.
قال أولو جئتك بشيء مبين قال فأت به إن كنت من الصادقين فألقى عصاه فإذا هي ثعبان مبين ونزع يده فإذا هي بيضاء للناظرين قال للملأ حوله إن هذا لساحر عليم يريد أن يخرجكم من أرضكم بسحره فماذا تأمرون قالوا أرجه وأخاه وابعث في المدائن حاشرين يأتوك بكل سحار عليم.
Thank you. طيب, let's read the translation. Moses said, even if I brought you proof manifest, Pharaoh said, then bring it if you should be of the truthful. So Moses threw his staff, and suddenly it was a serpent manifest. And he drew out his hand, thereupon it was white for the observers. Pharaoh said to the eminent ones around him, indeed, this is a learned magician. He wants to drive you out of your land by his magic, so what do you advise? They said, postpone the matter of him and his brother and send among the cities gatherers who will bring you every learned, skilled magician. So the Shaykh rahimahullah said, قال نعم here we are فلما قال أيوة أولو جئتك بشيء مبين أي آية ظاهرة جلية على صحة ما جئت به من خوارق العادات, meaning I will bring you a sign, an ayah, a sign that is evident and clear about the truthfulness of what I have brought, and it will be something extraordinary and miraculous. It will be something extraordinary and miraculous. خوارق العادات meaning something beyond the norm, something that is beyond the norm. قال فأتي به إن كنت من الصادقين فألقى عصاه فإذا هي ثعبان أي ذكر الحيات. So ثعبان is the serpent, which is the male snake. مبينا ظاهر لكل أحد لا خيال ولا تشبيه. مبين عفوا مبين, and that snake will be so clear, it will be evident for everyone that it's not imagination and it is not a look-alike. ونزع يده من جيبه, and he removed his hand from his pocket فإذا هي بيضاء للناظرين أي لها نور عظيم لا نقص فيه لمن نظر إليها. It was illuminating and it was light. It had this very bright light that anyone who saw it, we have a naughty mosquito. Oh, come on. Sorry, guys. لا نقص فيها لمن نظر إليها. So there would be no defect or deficiency to whoever looks at it. قال فرعون للملأ حوله معارضا للحق ومن جاء به. So Fir'aun said, in opposition to the truth, he said to those around him, إن هذا لساحر عليم يريد أن يخرجكم من أرضكم. موه عليهم لعلمه بضعف عقولهم أن هذا من جنس ما يأتي به السحرة. So he deceived them, knowing very well their lack of intellect. He deceived them into thinking that this is just another type of magic. لأنه من المتقرر عندهم أن السحرة يأتون من العجائب بما لا يقدر عليه الناس. It was known to everybody back then that the magicians are able to bring forth amazing, wondrous things that the regular people cannot. وخوفهم أن قصده بهذا السحر توصل إلى إخراجهم من وطنهم. And then he made them worried. He scared them by insinuating that Moses' intent behind this is to actually drive them out of their homes. ليجدوا ويجتهدوا في معاداة من يريد إجلاءهم عن أولادهم وديارهم, so that they will have this determination and make the extra effort in opposing the one who supposedly wants to separate them from their homes and their children. فماذا تأمرون أن نفعل به? What do you command that we do to him? قالوا أرجه وأخاه أي أخرهما. They said, postpone their affair. وابعث في المدائن حاشرين جامعين للناس يأتوك أولئك الحاشرون بكل سحار عليم. Those gatherers will gather the people and they will bring forth every learned magician. أي ابعث في جميع مدنك التي هي مقر العلم ومعدن السحر. So then send forth in all of the cities which are the stronghold, the hub for knowledge and for magic. من يجمع لك كل ساحر ماهر عليم في سحره. Those who will gather for you and bring forth every skilled magician who is very well versed in his magic. فإن الساحر يقابل بسحر من جنس سحره, because a magician is only defeated with a magic like his. وهذا من لطف الله. This is from the kindness of Allah عز وجل. أن يري العباد بطلان ما موه به فرعون والجاهل الضال المضل أن ما جاء به موسى سحر. This is from the kindness of Allah that he wanted the slaves to see the falsehood of what Moses claimed. Of what Pharaoh, the ignorant, the misguided, and the one who's misguiding others, what he claimed that what Musa brought was nothing but magic. قيدهم أن جمعوا أهل المهارة بالسحر. The fact that he asked for magicians to be brought will be actually the very thing that will expose him. لينعقد المجلس عن حضرة الخلق العظيم, so that they will have this gathering in front of a huge crowd of people. فيظهر الحق على الباطل. So Allah will use this occasion so that the truth will override falsehood and will be evident above it. ويقر أهل العلم وأهل الصناعة بصحة ما جاء به موسى وأنه ليس بسحر. And that the people of knowledge and the people of craft, the people of the craft of Come on, man. And the people of the craft of this magic, they will know the truthfulness of what Musa brought and that it is not magic. That what Musa brought is not magic. طيب. فعمل فرعون برأيهم. Musab, you need to read. Sorry, ayah number 38.
يأتوك بكل سحار عليم فجمع السحرة لميقات يوم معلوم وقيل للناس هل أنتم مجتمعون لعلنا نتبع السحرة إن كانوا هم الغالبين فلما جاء السحرة قالوا لفرعون أئنا فلما جاء السحرة قالوا لفرعون أئنا لنا لأجرا إن كنا نحن الغالبين قال نعم وإنكم إذا لمن المقربين.
Okay, thank you. That's enough for now. طيب. So the magicians were assembled for the appointment of a well-known day. And it was said to the people, will you congregate? Then that we might follow the magicians if they are predominant. And when the magicians arrived, they said to Pharaoh, is there indeed for us a reward if we are the predominant? He said, yes, and indeed you will be then of those near to me. طيب. فعمل فرعون برأيهم. So Fir'aun applied their advice. فأرسل في المدائن من يجمع السحرة. So he sent forth into the cities those who will gather the magicians. واجتهد في ذلك وجد. And he exerted himself, made some serious effort in this regard. فجمع السحرة لبيقات يوم معلوم قد وعدهم إياه موسى. So Musa had promised them about this day. وهو يوم الزينة الذي يتفرغون فيه عن من أشغالهم. It's that day of rest where they will be free from their work. It's their day off basically. وقيل للناس هل أنتم مجتمعون أي نودي بعموم الناس بالاجتماع في ذلك اليوم الموعود. So then everybody, it was a public call and a public invitation to everybody to come to this promised day. لعلنا نتبع السحرة إن كانوا هم الغالبين. Perhaps we will follow the magicians if they are the ones who are predominant. أي قالوا الناس اجتمعوا لتنظروا غلبة السحرة لموسى. So they were actually told, come and gather so you could see how the magicians are going to defeat Moses. وأنهم ماهرون في صناعتهم, and that they are skilled in their craft. فنتبعهم ونعظمهم. So we will follow them and we will magnify them. Hey, talk about followers, right? Even back then they had followers. It wasn't on social media. it was in these public places. They were following them. ونعرف فضيلة علم السحر, and we will understand the virtue of the knowledge of having knowledge of magic. فلو وفقوا للحق, so if they were granted the truth, قالوا لعلنا نتبع المحق منهم, and then they said perhaps we will follow the one who is correct and predominant among them. ونعرف الصواب, and we will know the truth. فلذلك ما أفاد فيهم ذلك إلا قيام الحجة عليهم. That's why they didn't benefit from what happened, except that the proof was established against them. Meaning they came with a preconceived notion to want the magicians to defeat Moses so that they can be on their side. Do you understand the difference? And this shows you the importance of having a clear slate and having neutral intentions when you're trying to find out the truth from falsehood. Do not approach it with a preconceived notion. Rather, approach it in a neutral, sincere way. I really want to know whether this is truth or falsehood. If you come into the matter already deciding what's going to happen, then you will not be granted success to know the truth. So those people, they did not want to actually see who will be the preponderant one. A lot of them already wanted to see Fir'aun win, and they wanted the magicians to beat Moses. That's why when the occasion happened, it took place, it didn't benefit them. It did not benefit them. Subhanallah al-Azim. فلما جاء السحرة ووصلوا لفرعون, when the magicians came and they arrived and made it to Fir'aun, قالوا له إن لنا لأجرا إن كنا نحن الغالبين. لموسى قال يعني if will we get the reward and be rewarded if we defeat Musa? He said yes, لكم أجر وثواب. You will have a reward and a compensation. وإنكم لمن المقربين عندي. Further, you will be among those who are near to me. وعدهم الأجر والقربة منه. So he promised them a compensation and he promised them nearness to him. ليزداد نشاطهم ويأتوا بكل مقدور في معارضة ما جاء به موسى. So that they will be more hyperactive and that they will put all of their effort into opposing what Moses had brought. فلما اجتمعوا للموعد هم وموسى وأهل مصر. So when they finally gathered for the appointment, them with Musa and the people of Egypt, وعظهم موسى وذكرهم وقال, read ayah 43 to 45, Mussab, please. Sorry.
قال لهم موسى ألقوا ما أنتم ملقون. Yeah, I fixed it.
I'm sorry.
فألقوا
Can you just repeat it?
Okay. قال لهم موسى ألقوا ما أنتم ملقون.
Not ألقوا.
Oh. قال لهم موسى ألقوا ما أنتم ملقون فألقوا حبالهم وعصيهم وقالوا بعزة فرعون إنا لنحن الغالبون. فألقى موسى عصاه فإذا هي تلقف ما يأفكون.
Thank you. So Moses said to them, throw whatever you will throw. So they threw their ropes and their staffs and said, by the might of Pharaoh, indeed it is we who are predominant. Then Moses threw his staff and at once it devoured what they falsified. So the magicians, oh no, we're not going to read that first. Okay. So when they finally gathered, so Moses said to them, he admonished them as in Surah Taha, I believe. وقال ويلكم لا تفتروا على الله كذبا فيسحتكم بعذاب وقد خاب من افترى. He said, woe to you, do not invent a lie against Allah lest he destroys you with a punishment and he will be disappointed, the one who lies and falsifies. So Musa alayhi salam gave him a nasiha. فَتَنَازَعُوا وَتَخَاصَمُوا. So they started differing and bickering and arguing amongst each other. ثُمَّ شَجَّعْهُمْ فِرْعَوْنُ وَشَجَّعَ بَعْضُهُمْ بَعْضًا. Then Fir'aun encouraged them and they started encouraging one another. قال له موسى ألقوا ما أنتم ملقون. ألقوا ما أنتم ملقون. Musa said, throw what you're going to throw. أي ألقوا كل ما في خواطركم إلقاؤه ولم يقيده بشيء دون شيء لجزمه ببطلان ما جاءوا به من معارضة الحق. So he said, throw whatever you have in mind. Whatever comes to your mind, throw. Why did he say this? Because he didn't want to restrict it to anything. He wanted to leave it open because he knew that whatever they will bring forth, it will not be able to oppose the truth. فَأَلْقَوْا حِبَالَهُمْ وَعَصِيَهُمْ. So then they threw their ropes and their canes or their staffs. فَإِذَا هِيَ حَيَّاتٌ تَسْعَى. All of a sudden, they were snakes that were basically, what is it? How did they put it here? Yeah, they were just kind of moving around, right? As in the other ayat. وَسَحَرُوا بِذَلِكَ أَعْيُنَ النَّاسِ. And they were able to deceive the eyes of the people. You know, it was it was magic. They played with the eyes of the people and they, I don't know if there's a verb for magic. Magicized them. If you know a verb for magic, give it to me. Slithering. Ooh. All right, I like that. And what about the verb of magic? كملوا معروفكم هاتوا. على كل حال, if somebody brings something that cannot be. المهم سحروا, it's a verb in Arabic. I don't know how to say it in English. So they basically applied magic on the eyes of the people. They deceived them. وقالوا بعزة فرعون إنا لنحن الغالبون. Enchanted? I don't know. فاستعانوا بعزة عبد ضعيف عاجز من كل وجه. So they sought aid and assistance from a helpless slave who is weak in every respect. Magified? Is that a verb? I like hypnotize, but hypnotize is a little tricky because it could mean something else. But I like hypnotize. If magified is a verb, then case closed. If you just invented this, Allah yahdik, you didn't help me. Because, is it? It's a verb? No, come on, bruh. طيب على كل حال إلا أنه قد تجبر وحصل له صورة ملك وجنود. He is weak in every bewitched. That's also nice. Conjured. Okay, I like those. طيب تمام. جزاكم الله خيرا. شكرا for your contribution. المهم, the only thing that Moses really had is that he was arrogant and he had the image of being a sovereign, a king with his soldiers. He had dominion with soldiers. فغرهم تلك الأبهة. So they were fooled and deceived by that false prestige. ولم تنفذ بصائرهم إلى حقيقة الأمر. And their sight did not see the reality of the matter. أو أن هذا قسم منهم بعزة فرعون والمقسم عليه أنهم غالبون. Or that this is an oath from them about the might of Fir'aun, and that which the oath is about is that they will be victorious. فألقى موسى عصاه فإذا هي تلقف تبتلع وتأخذ. So it's devoured and swallowed whatever they had put forth. ما يأفكون. فالتفت جميع ما ألقوا من الحبال فالتفت جميع ما ألقوا من الحبال والعصي. So it devoured everything that they threw of ropes and staffs. لأنها إفك وكذب وزور. Why? Because it is a lie and it is false and it is unreal. وذلك كله باطل لا يقوم للحق ولا يقاومه. And all of those false magical stunts that they pulled, all of them are false and they cannot oppose the truth or resist the truth in any way, shape or form. Conjure. Okay. خلاص إن شاء الله, with this we conclude بإذن الله عز وجل. Tomorrow we have a class. صح؟ إلا بكرة إن شاء الله عنا حصة بنفس الوقت. ما تتأخروا علينا. نحن بأي رقم 46. يلا قلبت لكم لبناني هلا مشان ما تقولوا وجعت لنا راسنا. يوم يمني، يوم مصري، يوم سعودي خليجي. كلمنا لبناني. هذا اللبناني اعطيتكم اياه على الاخر. يلا ما شاء الله, all the questions are in the pipeline. Yo, slow down. What is going on with you people? A person was watching a mufti doing Q&A session and the mufti was reading whole question in a funny voice and said subhanallah in a funny voice, so the person watching thinks he might have laughed, then so did the person watching fall into kufr. Calm down, man. Calm down. It's all right. Stop passing takfir on people. Next. If a person is always daydreaming about the girl from his jahiliyyah. Loaded questions in Ramadan after Taraweeh, ya SM. على طول. Tak. Yeehaw. Ay, mamma mia. Daydreaming about the girl from his jahiliyyah and he can't focus on the salah as well. If the guy wants to stop this, what should he do? Yeah, he should get married. Thank you, Mussab. Mussab says you should get married. So you can have a woman not from jahiliyyah, from hidayah. And then she will preoccupy you from the woman in jahiliyyah. Either way, ya akhi, Allah yahdik. Inshallah, let's say you're married. You're going to think about your wife and the salah. It's all about you understanding the importance of salah. You're standing before Allah Azza wa Jal. When you get these ideas, you're supposed to seek refuge with Allah from the shaitan. You know there's a shaitan that is dedicated to mess with your salah. You spit your left and you say, A'udhu billahi min shaitan rajim. In the middle of the salah. In the middle of the salah, you seek refuge with Allah from the shaitan and you spit to your left. Don't be sitting there thinking about no lady during salah. Whether she's from jahiliyyah or she's from your current wife or your second or third or fourth wife. خلي ولي يا شيخ. ايش في؟ Yeah, we have a lesson, inshallah, Amatullah. We have a lesson tomorrow. Why not? Don't we have a lesson tomorrow? Yeah. Imam calls takbirat al-intiqal too late. He calls it after he has reached ruku'. Should I still pray behind him? You should advise him. If you have an alternatives, then go to a better masjid. Naam. أيضا سأل ابن بشور سماك أستاذ كنت أسأل أنت عن جواز قراءة التفسير اللغوي التحرير والتنوير لابن عاشور. Okay, I'm not familiar with it, so I don't know. لماذا خلق الله الناس عالما أكثرهم لن يؤمنوا به ويذهبون النار بسبب ذلك؟ لا يسألوا عما يفعلوا وهم يسألون. وش دخلك أنت؟ عاد لما تصير أنت إله، حلو، لما تصير أنت إله خلاص لا تخلق أحد، أو اخلقهم وحطهم كلهم في الجنة. إلى ذلك الحين طالما أنت مخلوق، إيش دخلك حبيبي؟ إيش السؤال هذا؟ الله سبحانه وتعالى يفعل ما يشاء، يفعل ما يشاء، وأنت واجبك كمخلوق يعني ضعيف أن تعلم أن عقلك هذا الذي تفكر فيه أعطي إليك من قبل الله عز وجل، وأنت الآن تعارضه. أولم يرى الإنسان أن خلقناه من نطفة فإذا هو خصيم مبين وكان الإنسان أكثر شيء جدلا. لا تجادل مع رب العالمين، لا تسأل هذه الأسئلة من الشيطانية، هذه أسئلة شيطانية ما لا أي لازمة، ما لا أي 60 لازمة على قولة المصريين. انسى يا عم الحق لماذا خلق ولماذا، ايش دخلك انت؟ انت مخلوق اصلا، لا تسأل ربنا ايش سوى وايش ما سوى. اللي بعده، is photography halal or haram? Haram or halal? Is posting photographs for purpose permissible for men? طيب, I used to be of the position that photographic pictures taken with a camera were haram. I was of the opinion that videos were halal, pictures were haram. And it was based on understanding, a certain understanding of Sheikh Al-Albani rahimahullah's position. However, there's a very well-known faqih from Morocco, Sheikh Saeed Al-Kammali, hafidhahullah, one of the nawadir al-zaman, one of the unique signs of the today in terms of knowledge and ilm and fiqh. And I've listened to his breakdown of this particular subject along with a number of other fatawa. Sadly, they're only available in Arabic. And I became convinced that whatever the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ was speaking about does not apply to the pictures you take with the phone. I didn't take this position because it is more practical. I took this position because I'm convinced this is the sound position in line with the Quran and the Sunnah. And the illah that is mentioned in the hadith, Prophet ﷺ, أحيوا ما خلقتم, give life to those that you have created, only applies to something that you draw or something that you sculpture. It could not possibly apply to you taking a picture of Allah's creation, because you're not competing with Allah in tasweer. And the only thing that the scholars have is the word surah. They say this is called tasweer and this is called tasweer. So because of, okay, so if you change the word, then you don't have a problem anymore. Don't call it tasweer, call it tartir. So now it doesn't belong to the prohibition. It doesn't belong to the illah given. Therefore, I'm of the position that it is halal to take pictures with a camera as long as they're not printed, as long as they are digital, as long as they are digital pictures that you don't print. Because once you print, you fall into another issue, which is the issue of the angels not entering a house in which there are pictures. Hello? Now that that's done, and I don't encourage you to follow this opinion, nor do I impose it on you, nor do I see someone who says, bro, I don't want to take pictures. I say, no, you have to change your position. No. If you want to be on the safe side, jazakallahu khairan. You want to be on the safe side, I'll give you a military salutation and say, may Allah bless you and increase you on khair and good. I'll accept that and I'll back off. But for me, I feel otherwise, based on my understanding of the Quran and the Sunnah. And accordingly, yes, it is permissible to post a picture of myself, or a man allowed to post a picture of himself, because he's A, not a woman, and B, pictures are halal, and C, they're all digital. Tamam? Nah. Oops, somebody said I got a righteous sister from Mussab. What? Allahu Akbar. Fin ya Sheikh. Hat. Whoever has a righteous sister from Mussab, bring her forth. Yalla, we're accepting applications. The Sheikh needs to get married. Do you have some tips? Do you have some tips on how to memorize the Quran, like reciting an ayah 3 or 5 times and memorizing it? I don't have tips because it really varies from a person to another. Some people memorize by listening to other qari. Some people memorize by repeating the ayah. Some people memorize by understanding the ayah. Some people memorize by reviewing it twice a day, 3 times a day with every salah, some once a week. I can't give you a tip because I've never seen 2 people that are the same. Everybody, there's different strokes for different folks. different strokes for different folks. Whatever floats your boat. Okay, whatever floats your boat, you do so you can memorize. Now, بعدين يلا. Is it allowed to delay consummation of marriage for education, job reasons until walima? Some people do nikah and put off walima a later time. Between that, the couple is not allowed to live together. It's allowed, but it's not recommended. Why complicate life? What is this for education and job reasons? A man gets married and he can't even be with his wife because of a job or education. What kind of miserable life is this? The whole idea of getting married is that you could apply the lawful that Allah gave you. You want to have fun. You want to have halal fun. What kind of misery is this where you're married but you can't do anything because you're still, I don't know what kind of conditions and cultural practices, might apply. No, it's not. Is it allowed? Yes. Is it recommended? Absolutely not, man. Get married and get busy. Due to my dad's old age and weakness, he gets sick after he fasts. Is it permissible for him to break his fast and pray fidya instead? Of course, it's not permissible. It's obligatory. If your father becomes sick because of fasting, it's obligatory on him to break his fast. It's a wajib on him to break his fast. Allah says, فَمَنْ كَانَ مَرِيضًا أَوْ عَلَى سَفَرٍ فَعِدَّةٌ فَعِدَّةٌ مِنْ أَيَّامٍ أُخَرٍ يُرِيدُ اللَّهُ بِكُمُ الْيُسْرَ وَلَا يُرِيدُ بِكُمُ الْعُسْرَ. Allah wants to make things easy for you. He doesn't want to make things difficult for you. He doesn't want to make things difficult for you. So, yes, he's not allowed to fast. Yalla. What is the authentic way of keeping the finger erected in tashahhud position? Some scholars say to only raise when saying shahada, but others say that sunnah is to keep moving up and down. I'm of the position that Shaykh Albani rahimahullah promoted, and that is that you keep your finger straight facing the qibla. And then every time you make dua, you move your finger. So, التحيات لله والصلوات والطيبات السلام على النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمد عبده ورسوله اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وآل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وآل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. Then whatever dua you say, اللهم اغفر لي وارحمني واهدني واهدي بي واجعل مهتدينا إلى آخره. As long as you make dua, you move your finger. You move your finger. When you're not making dua, you keep your finger straight, which is technically only when you say أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمد عبده ورسوله. Capish? Fufuz, the full-time job. Is wudu valid if one wipes over socks that go under the ankles? No. And if it isn't, then should I repeat whatever prayers I prayed with it? If you didn't know, some of the scholars will excuse you for ignorance and they will not ask you to repeat the salah. And some of them will say, to be on the safe side, yes, repeat the salah because that's something that you could have inquired about before. Some will excuse you for ignorance, some will not. But definitely, socks that do not cover the ankles, you may not wipe over them. Is reciting Quran as a female in front of men allowed? No. No, it is not allowed. Even though the voice of a woman is not a awrah, just so we can be clear. First of all, are they going to hear her without seeing her? Or they're seeing her? If they're seeing her, we have a problem. Option 2, they can hear her. You are supposed to beautify your voice when reciting the Quran. And believe it or not, a man will manage to be attracted to the voice of this wonderful reciter. And so the shaitan will mess with them and distract them from Kalamullah to worry about the one who's reciting Kalamullah. And so we open the door of fitna, and we are not in need of any more fitna. We got plenty going on, mashallah. Next. My tablighi relatives say wearing pants and shirt is wrong. You only have to wear kurta if you are upon deen. How to respond to them? You say, oh yeah, show us where the Prophet ﷺ wore a kurta. They don't know the Prophet ﷺ wore izar and qamis, like a lower garment and an upper garment. The Prophet ﷺ used to wear clothes that he would get from different tribes, from Yemen, from other regions, from Oman. And those, some of them are one piece, some of them are two piece. So Prophet ﷺ wore different clothing. There wasn't one mode of clothing that was the sunnah. Anything that was halal within the scope of permissible, you could wear. The man's awrah is from his navel to above his knees. This is what he has to cover. If he shows everything else, it's halal. And if somebody wants to make the deen of Allah haram, then be careful. Anything that a man shows, I could technically give you this talk with no shirt. Do you know that? I could give you this talk with no shirt and it will still be halal. Now, is this from the muru'ah? Is this something acceptable? No. But is it halal? Yes. For a man to do this is halal. You don't have to wear all this stuff. Prophet ﷺ said if a man can't find anything to pray, some of them didn't have any upper garment to pray in it. They struggled in finding, if they said if you find anything, cover your shoulders with it to pray. No, I'm of the position that it's above the knee. Above the knee, not below the knee. The knee actually is not part of the awrah. The knee is not part of the awrah. The knee could be exposed. Now, next. Ustaz, what's the best mid-range Samsung smartphones now? A73 or A53 5G? Or M53? Either M53 or A53 5G or A73. These are high-end mid-range. Good, excellent phone. A73, 6.7-inch, Super AMOLED Plus, Full HD Plus, 120 Hertz refresh rate, 108 megapixel camera, main camera, 12 megapixel wide, ultra wide angle, 5 megapixel depth telephoto, and 5 megapixel macro, 32 megapixel front facing camera, 5,000 milliamps battery with super fast charge, with fast charging, 8 gigabytes of RAM, 128, 256 gigabytes of storage with expandable memory, IP67 water resistant certified. Are you kidding me? This phone will devour the entirety of the Chinese market. Thank you. Next. Is it halal to use Face app to change facial features? I don't know. It's definitely a concern though. What should a person do first? From get fluent in Arabic or memorize Quran fully? Memorize the Quran fully. Do I still get the reward of praying the entire night if I join Taraweeh a bit late? We hope. If you had an excuse, not out of laziness and negligence, if you made an effort, something happened, some preventer prevented you, we hope and pray that Allah Azza wa Jal will give you that. But if you were negligent, then I don't know. Yes, yeah, Muhammad, I work for Samsung, Habibi. You think I'm going to memorize the specifications of a phone of some other company, or I think I'm crazy? Of course I work for Samsung. I've been working for them for 10 years, alhamdulillah. I'm a Samsung ambassador and a master trainer and training manager. May Allah bless. May Allah bless. If a woman's husband passed away and left behind kids and left money for them in a bank account, just their share of inheritance, should the mom pay zakah on that money? Not that I know of. Why would she pay zakah? They should get their money. The money should be given to them. Oh, so okay, so their shares there and it's left in the bank? Yeah, of course zakah has to be paid on it. Yes, zakah has to be paid on it. I understood you now. Now. I'm hungry. Next. Huh? How am I going to eat in front of people, man? I might as well give a talk with no shirt and eat at the same time. And then just call myself Mufti Abu Layth. Right, next. If someone intends to break the oath, but the circumstance for breaking hasn't occurred yet. Example, I won't eat meat for 3 months from now. 3 months have passed yet. Can they offer expiation right now? Why would someone make this oath in the first place? Why? I can't. My brain cannot perceive. Why would people make life difficult for themselves when Allah made it easy? Who in the world makes an oath of this nature? Why in the world would you trouble yourself like this? And now we have to find solutions. I won't eat meat for 3 months from now. 3 months haven't passed yet. Can they offer expiation right now? Yeah, even if it's an example, I still don't understand. You have to violate your oath in order to pay the expiation. If it didn't materialize, then nothing has to happen. How could you do it accidentally? How could you do it accidentally? That doesn't happen accidentally. It does it on purpose. We did this already. We answered this already in the beginning. We also answered this already. No, actually, this is 2 of 2. Where's 1 of 2? Okay, well, sorry then. Then don't point in posting 2 out of 2 if you don't have 1 out of 2. How many rak'ah? Okay, okay, but who posted 2 on 2? We did?
No, that one didn't get filtered. So it's 2 messages.
I know. So, but if we didn't get the first one, why would we post the second one? Okay, that's what I'm saying, bro. Hey, family feud. Family feud with love. How many rak'ah for Taraweeh should I do? 8 or 20? We cannot answer the same question, ya traveler, every single day. And one minute you bring a wife for my son. The next minute you ask me a question we asked yesterday. We said already 11 rak'at. I am of the position that you pray 11. But there's a lot of leeway in this matter. A lot of scholars are very flexible with the number of rak'at. So you study the matter and follow what you think is pleasing to Allah. No harm, no issue. Is studying and using mathematical logic haram? No. Why would that be haram? If you're going to use that to deny Allah, then yes. Otherwise, you got no problem. Okay, I got it. What's the ruling on a man who a long time ago when he was jail, in the day of Ramadan, while he didn't know it was a major sin, he did repent, but does he also need to make up those days? Of course he does. And he forgot he has to estimate. He has to estimate and make up those days. If he thinks they're 5, let him do 7, 8. If he thinks they're 10, let him do 12, 15. You have to have a cushion so that you don't owe anything. Now, if I made an oath to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to never sleep in my life again before Maghrib, do I have to keep it with me for the rest of my life? La. No, what you should do is you should pay an expiation for this oath and get it off your shoulder and stop doing this to yourself. It's a lot of the scholars are of the position that it's not permissible for you to make these oaths. It is not permissible to make these oaths. You are burdening yourself with that which Allah didn't burden you with. إيش هذا؟ إيش هذا؟ ليه كده ليه? It's like somebody has an ice cream in front of him, then they get, I swear, I will never eat ice cream again. ليه طيب ليه؟ ليه يا بابا? Why? And then now you have to find a solution for how you're going to eat the ice cream. Every day you open the freezer, it's still there. But I made an oath. And you suffer for the rest of your life. يا شيخ والله ما ينفع. Yalla, that's last question. How do you ask someone for marriage? What to do? Very good question. How do you ask someone for marriage? It depends if you're a male or a female. If you are a male, you go to the female's daddy. You go to her father and you ask for her from her father, from her family. If her father's not there, from her guardian, whoever her guardian is. You don't propose to the lady directly, basically. You don't propose to the lady directly. That's how you do it. If it's a sister who wants to propose to a man, that's a different story. That's a different story. We know that a woman came and offered herself in marriage to the Prophet ﷺ. So, it's allowed, and it's better that it's done through mediators, intermediaries, not directly, just to close the door of fitna. Now, is it permissible to bathe while fasting? Yeah, for sure. Just don't drink the water. I don't know if you usually drink the shower water. If you do, then you shouldn't bathe. If you don't, then knock yourself out. طيب, yalla, enough inshallah, because I am very hungry and some of you would rather see me die than eat. You'd rather see me answer questions than have some meal. But anyways, we have a class tomorrow, inshallah ta'ala. So we will continue tomorrow. And until then, I leave you in Allah's protection. Jazakumullahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.